Hello everybody, this is Robert Price. So I think that this lesson is going to be jam-packed with gems, okay? So let's get right to it. Of course, the title says a 3-6-2, but we're also going to be talking about the scales that I'm using to create these chords, okay? All right, so let's just get straight to it. So we're going to be in the key of C sharp. All right. Now, I am going to be doing two-hand voicings, pretty much as if I'm playing with a bass player. But even if you don't have a bass player and you're just at the piano or you're in a setting where it's just you can still do this, okay? All right, so it's going to sound like this. All right, so you have the 3. We're going to do something like this. Okay, that's the 3-6-2 in C sharp. And that may sound crazy the first time if I'm doing this. You know, you've probably heard this, especially on the 2. You know, maybe in gospel, jazz, anything like that, neo soul. But what I just played can really help your playing tremendously. But it's not necessarily in the actual chord per se, but it's why I did it, okay? So I did a recent video and it was scales to play on major and minor chords. So this is like the part 2, okay? Because these are transition type chords. Like when you're doing the 3-6, the 2 is the main chord. You're trying to get to the 2, right? But to get there, you can do the 3-6, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so first let me give you the notes and then I'm going to kind of go a little bit deeper into why I'm doing it, all right? So the first chord we have, all right? And I'm just going to spell it out, all right? So from left to right, left hand, it's on F, so because that's the 3 and C sharp, okay? All right, so I have F, B, and E flat, okay? This is pretty much what I do most of the time when I'm on a 3, all right? When it comes to passing chords, and you're gonna see why. A lot of times I use a scale on that 3 that involves these 3 notes so I can kind of get away with it, all right? Now in my right hand, this chord, right? All right, here we go. I have A, B, D flat, and E flat. Okay? All right, now this right here can take place of doing this. That sharp 9, sharp 5 chord. I know you've heard this before. I know you've used that before. You know, to get to that 6, you'll use that 3 chord. Instead of doing that, which is cool, this is okay, you know, you want to have that, but an alternative, you know, you can do, you know, so if you do something like, instead of doing this, you can do, you know, all right, you know, so I don't want this lesson necessarily, that's a 7-3-6, but all of this stuff you can still use, okay? All right, so this is interchangeable. So here we go. I got that chord. Now this movement on a 6. I don't know if you heard that before, but I'll just give you those chords. And like I said, I'm going to come back and break it down. This is more of an intermediate slash advanced, because I hear a lot of advanced cats doing this too. So, but if you're a beginner, I'm going to go back and break it down. So it's all good. Hopefully nobody is lost in any part of this video. Okay. So here we go. This is what I do on the 6. Okay? This is something that I do a lot. All right, so here we go. In my left hand, I have B flat and E flat. Okay? In my right hand, I have an F major chord. Okay? In first inversion. This is root, first inversion. All right? But the way I do it, I play, you know, all the notes at the same time. And then I slide down, okay? So now it looks like pretty much an A flat diminished chord. And you can play that over a B flat. You know, it works, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. So here we go. All right, this is my new chord right here. So in my left hand, I have F, and now I have a D, okay? So I went from E flat down to D, okay? And in my right hand, all I did was move these two. I moved the A down to the A flat and the C down to a B. So, okay? All right, and I'm gonna show you how you can use this too, by the way. I'm not just gonna give it to you, the concept, and not use an example, all right? So we have, and then a 2, you know, I pretty much hear that a lot, but if you don't know that chord, I'll give it to you. My right hand, I have E flat, and I play, you can do E flat and C sharp or D flat. You can just do that. But a lot of times I add that B flat in there, you know? And the way I play the chord, by itself is just a C minor, right? This is root, first inversion. So second inversion, I have G, C, and E flat, all right? All right, and now let's see. But the way I do it, I do a little grace note. So I grace off of the B flat, right? So grace off the B flat, and then add that that B in there. And yeah, I kind of got that from just being around other church musicians, and I'll hear this, right? And then of course you may resolve it to the 5, to the 1. You can finish off a song like that, you know, if it's going from the 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, okay? And these numbers are off the scale, okay, since we're in the key of D flat, right? Now, here we go. So, and honestly, I'll just show a song example right now before I get into like the real theory of it. So here we go. So let's say I was doing a song like "Oh Give Thanks," right? A lot of people know that song. Like, there go that 2. Here we got a 3, 6 to the 2 right there. 5, 1. But what if I use those chords? So if we're doing and the way I'm playing it is kind of different, but it's all good. Everybody has their own way of playing it. But oh, give thanks. 2, 5, 1. What if I did this? See? You can add it right there. So when you do the 3, 6, 2. And if you don't know this song, it's okay. I'm just, you know, just recalling a song that I know that uses that 3/6 pattern. But yeah, instead of doing, you know, I did this, or I played the 6, you know, my usual 6 that I'll play, and right before I go to the 2, I add that movement in there. Okay? So you may not play it exactly like me. You may not do this, but you can mix it up. So instead of doing it, you can probably do your 3 chord, you know, that sharp 9, sharp 5. But when you get to the 6, you can play your regular chord and then sneak it in there. All right? It instantly add, you know, just another element to your plan, okay? All right, now, how did I get that chord? Like, where did I get this chord from? Right? It's off a scale. You know, these chords, they are off scales, like when these pros be doing this stuff. So when it's, for me, it's called a F altered. You know, that's where you will probably get this from. But for me, I look at it as an F sharp melodic minor, okay? F sharp melodic minor. Let me show you the F sharp melodic minor scale. Here we go. Okay? That melodic minor has a flat 3rd, but you have everything else. You know, nothing else is flatted. So the only thing you have is a flat 3. All All right, because of course the regular F sharp major scale is, but you flat the third, and that's it. So when you're looking at these scales, what you do is you say, how can I create chords off the scale? And we can kind of get into that in another lesson, because this, if I was to do that now, this lesson would be very long, very long. If I really wanted to go into everything I wanted to. But so I literally pick random notes in this case and say, you know what? I'm going to choose this because it also gives me a whole tone type of feel, you know? All right. With those notes, you know, just, by themselves or together, I'll say, you know? Now, so on the 3, so just to kind of confirm this, on the 3, on any 3, go up 1/2 step and do that melodic scale. And you can find all type of chords to, you know, add to your transition type of feel, okay? So just to say it again, okay, because I don't want anybody to be confused. If you're on a 3, okay, and in this case, it's the F, and you're doing like a transition chord. It's not like an actual landing chord, but you're just doing it to get to the 6, to ultimately get to the 2, you know, different things like that. You can take the F sharp melodic minor scale, F sharp melodic minor scale, and use that for chords. In this case, I did this. But what if I could have done something else? I could have done, you know, look at that. I'm playing a B major chord. I'm playing a B major chord over an F, but it actually sounds pretty good, right? See, so, I mean, I didn't really plan to break that down, but it's just so much you can do, you know? So look at that. And on my 6, I'm playing an A flat major chord over the 6, you know? So, and then I can still sneak it in there. So let's say we were doing Oh Give Thanks. All right, onto, and now what if I want to do this? You see? Okay, so you can add this in so many ways. So take that F sharp melodic minor scale, and let me give you the notes to that. Okay, so you have F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, and F sharp. Okay, all right. I may be going kind of fast because this was kind of like a spare of the moment type of thing. I was like, man, this would be really cool if I can show this, because literally it adds to your knowledge, okay? You hear something like that, you're like, man, what is that? You know? But a lot of times, you know, sometimes you can just take notes from a scale, of course, like we all do, and you can just add it to your plan and, you know, make something up. I'm pretty sure with that scale, you're going to come up with something pretty cool, okay? All right. So on this 6, I want you to know this scale too, okay? Now, since my bass is B flat, I'm using a scale called the half whole scale. Maybe you heard this, maybe you haven't, all right? Since my scale is B flat, and I'm thinking more transition, okay? I'm thinking more like passing chords, okay? Like another word for passing chords, all right? I'm thinking passing. When you're on a bass note that you know you're going to use for a passing, you can use the half whole scale, and you could do this on a 3 too. It'll give you another scale, okay? Meaning that, so let's do that. If I'm on the B flat and I need to create this scale, and it's a half whole scale, this is what I do. I say, okay, well, I'm on my B flat. Let me do a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, and now back to B flat whole step. So literally, you got a new scale. Well, actually, you got 2 new scales, but this is just another one that you can work with now. And this is not a major scale or a minor scale. You get what I'm saying? And this right here, this is just a half whole. But it creates so many opportunities. So that's why I said this lesson is kind of jam-packed, because if you just study this, if you have to rewind it over just to really catch what I'm saying, once you really get this formula, you can come up with crazy stuff, okay? Okay, so I'll give you these notes. So that's B flat, B, D flat, D, E, F, G, A flat, and now you're back to B flat. Okay? All right? So you can do so much stuff. So for me, when I did, now of course, E flat is not in there. So when I did this, right? But this wasn't my official spot. My official landing spot was this. Okay? So that was just, a way to get me here. Okay? So that's why I'm able to get away with that using this scale. Okay? All right? So I'm actually going to stop there, because I really just want to lay this out. So this is almost like a part 2 of the scales that you can do, because I gave you 2 transition scales in a way, or 2 passing chords really, and 2 passing scales that you can use. Okay, so if you're on the 3, you can use, honestly, you can use any one of these scales. So if I was on a B flat, right, and I'm using that to get to the 2, if I want to get to the 2, this type of chord right here, I can use that on the 6, okay? I can say, well, okay, what I need to do, I need to go a half step up, because that's what we did. When I was on a 3, I said I want to do that melodic minor scale. Well, if I'm on a 3, I just go a half step up, which is the 4, right? In this case, and I do the melodic minor scale, on that, right? So I look at these notes and I say, I'll use this, right? Or I could have done this, So if I'm on a 1, I do a 7, 7, 3, right? So literally, I'm just giving you all these options. I'm just talking it out. Hopefully it's not too much. I hope you're understanding, but you can do so much with this. But like I said, if you're on the 6 and you don't want to do this, you can do something like the same shape. You can do, see? All right. All right. So the way I did that, I said, well, if I need to go a half step up, because I'm on that B flat, and I need to do the B melodic minor scale. So we have, all right. So I said, let me just choose some notes that maybe will sound kind of off, right? But you can also look in there and say, I see an F sharp major scale in there, and I'm going kind of fast, but that's because I want you to go back and really study this scale. Like I said, I don't want to necessarily teach you to sound like me, of course, but you can create your own sound. But within these scales are chords. I just want to let you know that. And we use scales, that's how we play, right? Where you take chords out of the scales that you're using, all right? And that's like the major gem. You take chords out of the scale that you're using. So if I'm on the 6 and I want to do, some type of passing chord that's kind of different, I can do something like this, So if I'm on C sharp, I'm in C sharp, let's say I'm doing a 7, 3, 6, that's just a little 7, 3, 6. So let's say I play a regular 6, but then I want to add something in there and then go to the 2. Okay, now you will have to find a placement to do it, of course. Because everybody have different songs in their head that they actually want to, do. So you'll have to know when and where to place these chords. But I just want to give you something to add to your plan. So of course, if you're used to doing this, playing this, on that 3, that sharp 9, sharp 5 chord, now you can say, you know what, I don't have to do that. I can actually do this. Okay? And these chords are in the same scale. Let's do that F sharp melodic minor scale again. Okay, that's in the scale. So you see? So these chords are from a scale, you know? Instead of doing this, I could have took this E flat and put it here. Look at that. So hopefully it's not too much over your head. If it is, just go back and rewind it and keep watching it, right? But I could have done this, you know? So it's just so much you can do, guys. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Let me know if this video impacted you in a positive way, okay? And I'll talk with you soon. Don't forget to like and share, okay? And subscribe. Take care.